This is Nick Pell from Disciples of Metal, and today I'm going to teach you how to play the rhythms for Caught in the Crossfire. Caught in the Crossfire starts out with a melody lead that works itself into a harmony. I'm going to show you the basic part of that melody lead. That repeats with the harmony. So here's how it goes. You're going to slide into the 5th fret of the B string and then play the 5th fret of the high E, back to the 5th fret of the B, to the 7th fret of the high E. Okay, then you're going to move up to the 6th fret of the B, play the 8th fret of the high E. So together. Okay, then you're going to bend a full step from the 8 to make it sound like the 10. Bend, release, 7th fret of the high E, 6th fret of the B. Okay, then you're going to start over sort of, but change up the end. Same up to that point. Now you're going to move up to the 10th fret of the B string, and you're going to do this little kind of scale-like lick. You're going to play the 10th fret, 12th, 13th, and then you're going to play the 12th of the high E. Back to the 13th of the B, 12th of the B, 10th of the B. So that's what we have. That's the beginning part for Caught in the Crossfire. So Caught in the Crossfire. The main riff is based in the key of A. The song is in the key of A minor. And you're going to be chugging along here on an open A string, on the open A string. Okay, so what you're doing sounds trickier than it probably actually is. You're going to be starting out. The way I do it is I bar my first finger across the A and D strings on the 5th fret, and then I hammer on to the 7th fret of the A and D string. Pull off, back to the 5th fret, and then pull off to the open A and D string. So you got, and then you're going to go ahead and play the 7th fret of the A and D string. So that's what you do. Okay? That's what we've got so far. And that's a big part of that first riff. Now, at the end of this part, you're going to go up here to the D and G string. You're going to play the 5th fret of the D and G string chord here. I use my second and third fingers. Then you're going to switch that 3rd finger to the 1st finger and play it's going to be the 5th fret of the D and 4th fret of the G. Okay, so you've got. All right. Then moving on For the second part of that, the second ending, this stays the same. You're playing simple power chords. The G, first finger, 3rd fret, low E. You've got your 3rd finger on the 5th fret, pinky on the 5th fret. You're going down to the F power chord. So put it all together. You've got yourself the main riff for Caught in the Crossfire. Let's move on. So for the verse riff, very similar in the beginning is the main riff. It's very similar to the main riff, that opening riff there. Right, you're still doing that. So we're going. Okay, don't forget to mute the A string. Big part of this song. Now, what you're going to do for this part is you're going to play all power chords, and the power chords will be based on the D and G strings. So the first of those is going to be an A power chord, but you're going to be up here on the 7th fret D string, first finger, and 9th fret G string. Then you're going to go down to the G power chord, 5th fret, 7th fret, 5th fret D string, 7th fret G string. Then you're going to go up here to the 8th fret, 10th fret. Okay, so. So what do we have? Okay, and back. Now, for the next part, you're going to play same thing. You got the D and G strings, but this time you're going to be down here on the 2nd fret D string and the 4th fret G string. Okay. Then you're going to come up to the 3rd fret, 5th fret. Then you're going to go up to the 5th fret, 7th fret. Okay. Okay, so let's put it all together. And that's the verse riff. Moving on to the pre-chorus. Okay, so for the pre-chorus, we're going to be down here. We're going to play an F power chord. We're going to be using the low E, the A, and the D strings. Okay, F power chord. We're going to go up to the G power chord. Then you're going to play a C power chord, 3rd fret on the A string, and then 5th fret on the D string. You're going to invert that to slide that first finger down to the 2nd fret, and then you're going to slide up to the 5th fret A string, 7th fret D string. Let's try that again. Okay, that's the first part. Then you're going to do this F chord again, F power chord. G. Then you're going to go down to this open E. But you're going to mute that open E string. So here's what we have. And you're going to stop abruptly, just like that. Moving on to the chorus. So for the chorus, most of the riffage is going to be on the D and G string, these power chords. Okay, so what we have, you're going to be playing this chord first. This is 7th fret D string, 9th fret G string. You're going to be muting this A string. Okay. You're going down to the 5th fret, 7th fret. Okay, same kind of power chord shape. Now, here's where it changes a little bit. Now you're going to play the, it's going to stay on the 5th fret, but you're going to have to change your fingerings a little bit, at least I do, because you're going from this power chord to this inverted chord. So I'm switching from my 1st finger on the 5th fret of the D string to my 2nd finger. And then I'm playing the 4th fret of the G string, playing that chord. So we have... Then you're going to hammer on from the 4th fret of the G string to the 5th fret of the G string, and then go back. So okay. Then you're going to play power chord, similar to those first chords in this riff. This is going to be 3rd fret D string, 5th fret G string. Okay, so we have. Now, you're not going to mute the A string. This time you're going to mute the D string, 3rd fret, so that you're playing that F. Okay, so let's hear this again. Okay, then you're going to move down here, 3rd finger on, you're going to have your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the D string, and you're going to have your 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the G string. Okay? So you're going to keep muting that D string, otherwise it's going to sound wrong, because I just played the A, and obviously, you know, that's not correct if you're listening closely. Okay? I'm going to do this. Go back up to the 5th fret, D string, 4th fret, G string. And do that same little thing we did earlier. And play an open A power chord. So all together. And that just repeats. Moving on. Okay, so this part only appears once in the song. It kind of fills in the space between two major riffs. It goes like this. So you're going to have the F power chord that we saw earlier. Move up to the G. Move up to the A. Okay, so you're in the 1st position, 3rd position, 5th position. Back down to the 3rd, back down to the 1st position. Back up to the 3rd, and then you're going to move up here to the A and D string. You're going to be in the 3rd position. Power chord, okay, 3rd fret, A string, 5th fret, and D string. Then you're going to move down to the 2nd fret. You're going to move this finger from the 3rd fret down to the 2nd. And then you're going to move up to the 5th position. Okay, so. Okay, and that gets us into our next verse riff. Moving on. Under the harmony lead, there is a riff that goes like this. I'm going to play through it first slowly, and then I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so what are we doing here? We're going to be starting on the 3rd fret of the low E string, okay? And you're going to pull off from the 3rd fret to the open low E. And then you're going to, just to reassure, you're going to pick, after you pull off, you're going to also pick the low E. Okay, a lot of muting going on too. So here's what we have. Now you're going to move up here to the D string 2nd fret. Kind of a staccato sort of thing. It gives it a little bit more, gives it more attitude. And you're going to pick that twice. So you go. Then you're going to pick that low E string. And then pick the 3rd fret. That's what we have so far. Now, for the next part, we're going to pick, you're going to have the, you're going to be alternate picking while muting, 3rd fret, low E string. And then you're going to pick, similarly, 5th fret of the A string. Okay, so we've got. Then you're going to do the same thing. This time, you're going to use your middle finger, also on the 3rd fret of the low E. But this next part, you're going to the 2nd fret of the A string instead of the 5th fret of the A string. Okay, so we have. That gets you through the first part. Then you're just going to move that same idea up. There's just one little variation. Now we're going to be based on this A string. Same thing, you're going to start with the 3rd fret, but on the A string. Instead of going up to the G string 2nd fret, we're going up to the D string 2nd fret. So that's the only variation. Okay, and similarly, just like we did, same frets as you did before, but instead it's going to be based on the A and D string. 3rd fret A string, 5th fret D string. Same thing. Okay, this time, just like before, 3rd fret A string, 2nd fret D string. Okay, so we have. Okay, that's the riff under the harmony solos, harmony lead. So that's the next riff, only it's much faster in the song, but for the sake of learning it, we're going to play it slow. It goes like this, and this is the riff that follows up the harmony lead guitar part. So it goes like this. You're going to pull off from the 2nd fret of the D string to the open D string, and then play the low E string open. Okay? Then you're going to move to the pinky on the 5th fret of the A string, and then you're going to move to the 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. So we have, and then you're going to pick that low E again, open. Then you're going to play the 5th fret of the D string twice, and the 3rd fret of the E string. Okay? And then you move into this part. Same thing as you did before. Now you're moving up to the G string, 2nd fret. You're going to do a hammer on, pull off from the 2nd fret, hammer on to the 3rd fret of the G string, and then pull off again. Okay, hammer on, pull off. off on that G string. And you're going to play the 2nd fret of the D string. It just repeats. Moving on.